Alright, man. Let's get some action. Got 5 of your videos. Let's play some music, right? Let's play some Fortnite montage music. Alright. This is 28 seconds. So... Oh.
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. There we go. One video down.
Oh, that
Time
hurts
for the next
so
one.
much, dude. Here's to making Alec proud.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make me proud. Good. That's what I like to hear, man.
Put it in, amp in.
This is way too low.
Oh, good wall. Hold on, Sigma. Alright, we're...
I don't really need the callouts. I'm not trying to help you win ranked games. I'm trying to make you a better team player. Oh my god, it went back a full video. So, you're not doing anything. You're also just wasting any kind of aura. There's really nobody you need to heal. You can't heal through the wall. You're not even firing at the May wall to help your team get through it and break it. So yeah, you're kind of just here doing nothing right now. God damn it, I can't actually go back with this. You're still a bit too late with shifting of auras. Here, nobody really needs heals. Then you go down to 6 health and you decided to switch back to speed. That's a time that you should have been on heal, obviously. That was a good wall ride, actually. To get up over that, that was good. Yeah, you can't really boop the ball. It's not going to do much unless he has momentum and you're looking to boop him in an opposite direction to slow him. Good picks. Good amp. It took a bit to actually get that amp going, but that was good overall. You don't need to keep switching auras, it's just the ball. Just staying in speed is probably the most useful idea here. Okay. You guys get that there. Yeah, you fell. It's not awful. I feel like this isn't non-copyright. Whatever, I'll just keep playing it. That was a good wall ride too. That's really good to get out of the mines. You're getting there, man. You're starting to get the wall rides down. There's times where you accidentally fall and you stumble a little bit once you do fall onto the ground. But you are trying to get there. It's nice to look at. Too critical, you should swap to healing. Definitely swap to healing. You only have one person in your aura. We got this fucking thing. You only have one person in your aura back here because you're trying to hide. It's not bad. It's fine. This is bad though. You still have 41 health. You're not actually in the Moira ult, so you either have to walk into the Moira ult to get the extra healing, or stay wall riding on here and heal yourself. And you know, since you're on the ground, you get fucking destroyed by Reaper. Those are your choices though, you gotta pick one. Especially on a 2 CP, their spawn is right there. If you don't have a clean wipe, it's just gonna be constant trickle till you guys do wipe. Okay. You tried to boop Doomfist back a bit too early. So if I don't find anything here, I can just tell you how to do it. I'm not gonna find anything. Okay, so imagine this, right? Doomfist right here. Big burly guy. He's coming in. Alright, he's looking to punch somebody. I want a smaller image. He's coming in looking to punch somebody. The best time, if he's engaging, the best time for you to boop him away is when he's using his E, because he's the most vulnerable at that point. His E, he can't cancel it, and he's stuck in the entire animation. So if you boop him while he's Eing in, that is awful. I can't even see that. But if you stop him while he's Eing in, you'll change the trajectory completely. So instead of ending up where he wanted to right here, he'll end up somewhere else. If he's not using his E to engage, because currently they're not doing that as a combo, and he's using his punch, which is a straightforward thing, your only other option is to boop. Let's say his target is right here. Your only other option is to boop right here, right when he's about to reach his target, so that you change the projectile, like the end result, you skew it just a little bit. So instead of ending up like this, he goes just barely out this way and misses. You can't waste your boop when he isn't using a cooldown though, because it doesn't do anything for him. He just comes back and punches somebody harder. You have to use your boops when he's using his cooldowns, when he's using his abilities. See, like right there? That was practically useless. Even if he's charging his punch, it's practically useless for you to use your boop. So you're right here. He's charging, but that boop was useless. It doesn't cancel his punch. It just puts him in a strange position. He doesn't entirely know where he is, but if he's pretty good, he'll look around and realize where he is within a second. So yeah, you need to use your boop as he's going in, so that you mess with his end result, his precision. That was a wasted ult. You're already up 3. extremely wasted. Like, you didn't even take damage the entirety of that ult. Lucio on defense on this point. Oh. Yeah, that was a good decision. Amp heal him. I would have started with the amp heal, and once you got out of critical and around half health, I would have used the rest of the amp to speed out. But your decision was fine. There you go. That's what I like to see. Now, the only bad part about that, because you actually did what I was telling you to do right there. The only bad part, right? He's coming at you. You boop him to your left, where the rest of your team is. There's a chance that he then hits one of your squishies and kills them. That's probably not good. Now, because you were positioning yourself this way, there's really no other way you could have booped him. And you do position yourself further right so that he tries to end up into the middle pillar. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not. But with the mechanics of Doomfist, there's a chance that he actually doesn't hit the middle pillar. Look, he didn't actually. He just went around it. Thankfully just missed everybody. Or may have hit a tank. Just realize where you're booping people. If you're booping a Reinhardt that's charging, if you're booping a Doomfist that's punching, realize where you're ending up, like, throwing them. You might actually end up throwing them into your teammate and killing them. This is a stressful situation. You remained on the ground for a long time and you missed almost all your shots. That amp wasn't necessary. You're wasting that cooldown a lot. It's a pretty long cooldown. So here's the issue. You're at 78%. Their Sigma just got their ult. Now you're not playing in the right comp by any means whatsoever. Definitely not. Playing Lucio in your comp right now is actually really weird. But normally you would build ults a little bit faster than Sigma. Sigma has one of the longest times to build ult. Just like statistically, he's one of the hardest to build ults with. So when you're playing against Sigma, your ult is used defensively when he pulls people up into the air. So basically he wastes his ult, and if you use your ult at the peak of where he pulls you guys up, it activates almost immediately, so you guys get the 500 shield when you drop. So for you, you'll dodge out on 100 damage, you'll still have a 400 health shield. Yeah, so that's pretty important. That's pretty massive actually. 400 health shield, dodging out on going down to half health, and just in case they do have something to combo with, so you can use that 400 health of a shield to re-engage something. I mean, that's pretty big. This game is going to be over here. There's not much else I can really talk about for that. Overall, it wasn't bad. We started midway here.
Coming back.
It's not a big deal. Good rollout. You just dodged past your team completely. There were a few that were close to critical. You could have helped with that healing process. There's no reason for you to aura swap there. So it hasn't happened. It probably won't happen the entirety of this game. They have a Sombra. Just be careful when you ult. If you ult and then she ults, she wipes the shield off all of your teammates. Just right there, immediately. Whoever is in her EMP loses out on your shield. You getting hacked is probably her worst target. I don't know why she keeps hacking you. Like right there, you almost booped the Ryan into your hamster. You're staying ground level for some reason as well. You weren't close enough to get that boop off, so you couldn't stop the momentum. It's just gonna keep. The issue is things feel a little bit slow right now. As Lucio, you should be the one telling your team when to commit to fights. So right here, when you wiped the hamster, when you finally killed the hamster, instead of sitting on point directly, a couple of you should have immediately pushed up to the one choke that you know they're probably going to come from and just start capitalizing on the fact that they're staggering just to secure the overtime. I mean, there's almost never a chance that they're going to come back because they're so staggered, but it just stops them from wasting this much time. You're just up here by yourself. Okay. That is not what I was talking about on Booming Reinhardt's. I'm sure you know by now, but Overwatch. That's not what I want. I'm trying to look at something like this, I guess. Sure. So Death Ball. That's old. This is real old. Alright, Sigva's not even on this. Damn. That's really old. Okay, let's just make this composition so that I can show you. Let's see, what would our team have? The best chances for our team would probably be this and this. And then Moira Lucio. And let's have them just mirror your team comp, right? So Reaper, McCree, Moira, Lucio. So, okay. Your team pushes into their team. If you guys are mirroring comps, it's just about how you guys play better, right? So, your position in all this would be using your speed and using your heal effectively. When I tell you to boop the enemy Reinhardts, I don't mean I don't mean that. I don't mean walk past your shield and look to boop the Reinhardt. I mean it's not what I want. Let's see. Goats? Maybe? Yeah, I guess Goats is technically... Oh god, you're Overwatch. I hate this guy. Goats is technically like a death ball just without DPS. I fucking hate this guy so much. Okay. This is technically a good example. I don't want those. I want... Okay, here we go. This might be useful now. Yeah, goats versus goats. Okay. It's kind of useless because we watched that guy just completely dip out. This might be useful. No, they're playing Orisa. I just want to watch a goats versus goats. Okay, this is Zenyatta. Alright, here for example, right? This is not the best example, and I'm not going to listen to what this guy is saying. I mean, I respect everything he does, but I'm just not going to listen. So the Reinhardts look to match each other, right? Right about here, right? So this Reinhardt, this Reinhardt is right here. The other one is right here. They're looking to do as much damage to the team or to each other, and whoever comes out of that wins the entire team fight. Your job, right, is to take this Reinhardt, who's technically out of position because your tank has gained this much space, even though he's just holding up his shield doing much, like not anything. Take this Reinhardt, allow him to continue giving you space. You over here rush up, come over here around and boop him, this Reinhardt, into the team. Now you tell your Reinhardt that you booped the Reinhardt into your team, He comes back and starts flailing, and you guys win that. There you go. That's what I mean. I don't mean what you did here, where you completely surpass your shield looking for the boop. Because this is practically worthless, right? First of all, you miss your boop, and you're by yourself. That's not what you should be looking for. You got to play with your team. So when I tell you to boop Reinhardts, I mean when your Reinhardt pushes up and they're contesting one another, boop the enemy Reinhardt into your team so that he soaks up more damage. Then the enemy team has to use as many cooldowns as possible to try and save that Reinhardt, which probably still won't be enough. I'm glad I saw you make that mistake so I could point that out. See, like there, that doesn't really do anything. You just prolong the inevitable. So that was a waste of a boop. You waited a very long time to amp. Yeah, you're out of position a lot. You're gonna get EMP'd. You have to read signs. You should have just that's Sombra. As soon as you saw that and you saw that she was throwing it up into the air, you should have immediately backed out into your left and hid behind that platform right here so that you didn't get EMP'd. Does it really matter? Because you have no cooldowns that are really that worth? No. But not getting EMP'd is better than getting EMP'd. 100%. At least you can still crossfade, and then you have the cooldown that's going to come up pretty soon. But you ran into it. You should have been able to read that was going to happen. Yeah, you took a really long time to amp. You took at least a second once you had it. That guy not okay. He didn't touch. Alright. Let's see what this... This is not the last game. It's not. Wait, what is this game? I'm not gonna watch Paris. Yeah, I'm not watching Paris. I'll watch these two games, but I'm not watching Paris. Yeah, see, like, that's just a waste of a boop. You're not doing anything for the team. The Reinhardt's just gonna drop his fucking shield and start swinging at you. Hopefully you understand now what I mean by booping the Reinhardt into your team or booping him away. I don't mean get into his shield and boop him away. If he's dropping his shield going extremely aggressive, boop him. If he is playing really passive and your team is pushing up, swinging and getting space, then yeah, get right behind him and boop him into your team. Or if your two Reinhardts are contesting one another, boop him in if you have a chance of winning. Same concept of booping him away if you are losing. Playing strangely aggressive with the Widow there. I was just about to say that right before you got sniped too. Yo, Summer Autumn's fucking talking shit. That's really aggressive. That's scary aggressive right there. Right here's fine. That boop doesn't do anything again. Your team is dying and you're in speed. You should have swapped to heal and amped. You're just not paying attention to what aura you're in, and you're not paying attention to your cooldowns. You need to be on top of that. You had amp for a while. You amped your speed and not your heal. And then your monkey died. Even if Winston's toxic, you kinda have to keep him alive. Damn, you got fucked by that Widow. That's something I don't disagree with. We just talked about it in the previous game too. You build sound barrier so slowly, just in general. Sound barrier is one of those things that builds moderately fast if you're playing the character correctly. It's the fact of, so you don't hit your auto attacks, and then you don't heal in important times, so you're not getting the actual cooldown reduction from healing, and then you don't amp when you need to, like heal amp, so you're not getting that either. So yeah, before she was being toxic, summer, autumn, but that I didn't disagree with. The fact that you don't have sound barrier yet, that wasn't a bad boop. If you did boop that, I didn't even notice. See, did you see how fast you built that as soon as you started getting into fights? 98, right? And then right here, you shift to heal, and you immediately gain 2%. Imagine if you were doing that all game. That boop wasn't necessary. If anything, you should have booped her into your team. You're just getting sniped right now. This music sucks. Okay. What did you use your sound barrier on, actually? I want to see that. So it has to be this fight. Let me hear that, actually.
No, dude, you're right, man. It's me. It's fine, dude. It's me.
Wait, let's wait and keep up.
Fuck! Closed out of it. I wanted to hear the sound cues to see if you knew that you were wasting it or not.
Wait, let's wait and keep up.
Okay, hold on.
Guys, let's keep up all together.
Sorry, no personal. No personal.
Okay.
Alright, well, that's gonna get wasted.
Yeah. So, one, that was definitely a waste of your sound barrier, just due to the fact that it had 3 people in the grab. Your sound barrier should be used more team oriented if you know that there's a winning fight or something like that. I'm not saying don't use it in grabs. I'm saying don't use it in a Pavlov sense, right? So I'm not treating you stupid either. A lot of people just didn't know what I meant when I said this. Terminology, Pavlov's dog, Pavlov, layman's term, taught his dogs when he rang a bell that he was going to give them food. So they started salivating when he rang a bell as a response because they expected food. Here, not here, here, Pavlov in the sense of when you hear Zarya, when you hear something that's an offensive ult, you defensively ult in order to keep your team alive. There's some times where you just don't do that. This is an example. It took you 7 minutes to charge your ult and you just wasted it because you wanted to save the 2 people, not including yourself, in that grav, which also got wasted because unluckily they also wasted Shatter and High Noon. Just don't Pavlov your ult. Just don't use it as soon as you hear somebody else use their ults. It's not worth it. You need to survey your situation and understand what's about to happen. Oh god. Just ran at that McCree. That was a really early knockback on that Reinhardt. She just got immediately sniped. Yeah, I think this game is done here. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This one's only 30 seconds, so somebody else left. Well, okay. I hope you wrote some of that stuff down. I did what I could to help you out there. If you got any more recordings, just send them to me, alright?